Happy Wednesday, everyone. This is Crypto and Coffee with the Trading Bros. I'm your host, Clutch Crypto. And man, we are almost exactly where we were at yesterday morning. But we did a lot in between there. So we're definitely seeing some choppy waters here. So let's get to the charts and see what's going on. B. Wellington, what you got?
What's going on, baby? Okay, so here we go. So we're back on ETH USDT. Back to the daily. Things haven't really changed much. I mean, we've had the drop. We've kind of ranged in this area. I mean, we're still We're still within this candle here, which was the initial drop, and so we haven't broken out from any of those ranges. So we kind of have a little bit of a formation that's here, and then we'll see where we break out of that. But basically, we've been trading somewhat below the 50 on the on the daily. Um, Volume's been declining, and then we've got RSI here, which would indicate that it's in an area where it could rise, and we've got momentum waves to the downside as well. So we're kind of in a bit of a holding, pattern and chopping within that original zone. So as we get over to the 1 hour, which is a good chart that we can use for, some of the things that we're looking at, so we got this formation come down here, that initial drop come up and hit the 50. So potentially this could have been a, somewhat of a formation where you would expect this to break out from this area, which is why this line is here. It has diverted somewhat the 200 and the 800, which were coming together pretty quickly, and now they've started to flatten out a little bit. So potentially this could have been a fake out to get some longs on board. And conversely, this could be a trap for some of those shorts. So if you've got some shorts that got trapped, come back up, bust out those shorts, come back down for the guys that went long on this candle, then these guys are going to be pretty exhausted within this area. So the fact that we really haven't had any vectors coming up to the upside may mean that traders are somewhat sidelined, kind of looking at what's going to happen next. And then of course we've gotten back down here to the daily open, which a lot of liquidity tends to sit. So I think we're pretty much in a neutral spot where, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot of momentum. I mean, if you want to say the momentum's to the upside, since we haven't put any lower lows in, then maybe you can do that. But they love to come back to these lows from the previous sessions, just because you've got a lot of liquidity that sits in these areas because people trade off of these particular areas. So I'm sure there's lots of liquidity that's hidden in there. If we kind of look at volume again, volume's been mainly trending to the downside, and then again, similar to the daily, we've got RSI kind of in that position where you would expect prices to come back up, but we've got momentum waves to the upside as well. So if we go down to the 5-minute, which is kind of looking at what we'll do for the daily, if this will pull up. We're kind of ranging in, right? So we've broken down here from the daily open, on the smaller time frames. We just crossed over the 200. We've reached this pivot point here, which was, kind of the average of the daily, what do you want to call it, the levels here. You got a lot of activity, but price isn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
man.
if you look on the bottom here, again, RSI is up. So this is just ranging in this area. And, momentum waves say that we should be coming to the upside pretty soon. But really, when you look at, how we're bouncing, we're just bouncing out, in this range again from that initial down play, fall to the downside. We're still ranging in those candles.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we literally
Questions, Travis?
we had a lot of price movements since the show yesterday, only to be back on the show in the same exact area that we were when we
Right?
left the show, right?
So they're just chopping.
It's just
Yeah, they're
choppy,
just
man.
chopping up the range for all these. Yeah, they're chopping up the range for these folks.
I am in a long right now though, and I'm up. Risky play,
You
right?
got that.
I actually really don't feel like
Yeah,
it's
you
that
got.
risky of a play, to be honest with you, but
So if we look at the funding rates, pretty much predicted funding rate, which is prediction of the next session based upon momentum. These things look like, uh, you know, people are starting to buy the dip. They're, like you're going long. A lot of these folks are going long too. So, uh, you know, we'll see what the session. I mean,
we
the
will. We'll see what happens.
the futures market just opened. We're gonna go. This is funny, right?
2
We're gonna go
minutes
back to
ago.
futures. Yeah.
I'm so
Oh
happy
man, look
this
at
morning.
this. Open interest
Oh yeah, man.
on
People.
the perpetual contracts is up, right? So even through all this choppiness, I guess people are buying the dip. We've had some positive increases. On that end, of course, that could be long shorts adding as well, but the funding rate wouldn't indicate that that's the case. Um, Economic calendar wise, what's today? Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
So we've got small business index that's come out. Consumer CPI just came out, right? So this has been the big deal. So CPI even was higher than what the estimate was at 1.2. Core CPI monthly is down. That could be some positive news
Whoa!
to.
What happened to you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
good?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
I'm freezing up.
No, you're getting that.
Um, Core CPI is right in line with where we're at, which is still higher than last year. And so all those numbers are being absorbed in the market right now. So if we want to go see what's in the market, J.P. Morgan is having some challenges today. They again noticed from the headline $524 million loss. Uh, and so I think again when people get into these when we get into these areas and these corporations see that the expectation is that the stock market should be down the market, they're going to throw everything that they can at the market, right? So you got headlines like this: Bitcoin could fall another 33% if it breaks below its key 40,000 level. Man, Bitcoin cryptos on the front news of major traditional networks. So that's really good. So market wise, it's flat. I mean, it's really a mixed bag. I would expect the Dow to take a hit because of J.P. Morgan. Nasdaq is sold off on Monday, kind of made a rebound yesterday, and so I would expect today to be somewhat flat. Kind of liquidity moves around. But just kind of looking at things, if we just like to hop back and see what's happening because on the open, and here we go. We've got a little bit of a pump, happening. If we look at over here on
We're right.
exo
We're
chart.
right at the POC, aren't we? I'm pretty damn
Right.
close to it.
So, and this is it. So notice, so this is a lot of data compiled, right? This is from April 13th to March 17th. And so, kind of looking at a longer term trend, we're right, where we're supposed to be as it relates to POC, if that's your method of determining that.
Wow.
But, we're right there in that range. And so we've come all the way down from here. Again, I think we were down in this area yesterday and kind of coming back up, but I would anticipate, and I don't think the price is pumped a little bit. I would anticipate we stay in this range for a little bit of time. Kind of looking at the longs and shorts. Even looking at over a longer time period, longs have gradually decreased. Shorts are really flat. I mean, if you look at it, and you kind of have a spike here, but relatively flat. So market is, I think, has a liquidity issue, man. I don't know if people are willing to put the liquidity in market that they have been. OI has been down. We haven't seen any big liquidity spikes relative to that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I don't see any new liquidity really coming in the market, which would indicate that possibly to the downside. on a longer time basis. That's all I got.
Hey, man.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I am, you did a great job. Excellent, excellent.
Thank you, sir. It's this new backdrop that I have of the wilderness
Yeah, under the rabbit's ass.
under the rabbit's ass.
All right, all
Never
right.
forget the rabbit's ass.
All right, all right, all right. Let's get over here and check out some. If I can see anything. Oh no, we did it again. Shit.
What happened?
Something on the Zoom froze up for a second. Anyway, oh look at that. That's so
It
beautiful.
can't. I mean, we're on the Zoom, so how does that freeze up? Or just the screen share?
Can you see my screen?
I see blackness. I see your screen, like the bottom part, but the actual screen itself is black.
Uh,
It's kind of a calming.
I'm gonna do this again. Can you see my screen now?
It says Clutch Crypto has started screen sharing, but it hasn't started. Oh, there we go. Breakthrough.
All right.
Got it.
Sounds good. All right, let's. Oh, sorry for all the, ladies and gentlemen. We're very sorry for all the technical difficulties we're experiencing this morning. Okay, I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Everybody good? Everybody okay?
Yeah. Is everyone okay? All right. Good deal. So this is High Block Capital. This is something we look at every morning. This shows the liquidations here for ETH on the Binance exchange. And as you can see, we're still hanging around this negative 4.9 billion. I think we were at negative 4.8 yesterday when we were on the show. We do have, a big liquidity down here at 29.54 that will more than likely get picked up. Will we continue to see more movements to the downside? That's anyone's guess. The big deal is us not breaking above this 31.86 area. We break above that. Next area to really be paying attention to is going to be right under the 3,300 mark. And if we break above that, guys, well, we're in for a ride. That's definitely for sure, no doubt about that. So let's pay really close attention. When we spoke yesterday, we were talking about the 30-80 range that we came up, tested quite a few times. I think twice since the show yesterday. We didn't break out of it, but we are on our way back up right now as we're talking. I'm in a long. Will we break through that range again? I don't know. So that's something we really need to pay attention to because we are on our way working up towards it. We break out of that, go ahead and expect us to see us getting back up into the 31.69, 70 area. We break higher than that, expect us to be going up to about 3,300. However, if we get rejected, which is also a possibility, just be paying close attention to see how we reject when we come back down into the areas that we're currently in, because the last two times that we've come down, we haven't created new lows yet, which is a good indication that we might want to be, that we're anticipating seeing some higher prices today. Let's slide over here to Bookmap. Bookmap's going to tell a very similar story to what we just gave out. As you can see, a lot of shorts and longs right here got absorbed. So what I think this pump's probably all about is shaking out all these shorts that picked up this big order here. As you can see, we're still heavily weighted down here to the long order buys. The greens are longs, reds are shorts here. CBD, however, is starting to creep its way up. So we're just going to have to see kind of what we have in store for us later today. Let's look at the ranges that we were just talking about by zooming out to see where we have a lot of liquidity here in Bookmap. Because guess what, folks? We don't have very much above us, which leads me to believe that what we're seeing could potentially be a false move. Big key areas that we're going to want to see to the downside that are close to us, definitely that 2950 area and then 2900. We break below 2900, guys, it's a wrap. we are going to be going down probably for a good minute. But with this many orders, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get close to the 2,900 area and actually have a pretty nice significant bounce off of. So again, those are the key areas that we really need to pay attention to today throughout the market. We do have some stuff up here at 3,100. Will we get up to that again? Let's see if we get there, and then see what happens once we get into that area. That's all I have for today. P. Wellington, anything else you'd like to throw into the show?
Nah, dog, I'm good.
All right. Well, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.